Welcome to the Just Jim Radio Show. We're here today to offer, as we always do, some inspiration, some information, some ideas that might challenge you to look at yourself differently, to look at your life differently, or inspire you to be something different, let go of something, take something on, basically find your own truth and your own way of being in a way that brings you the joy and freedom, love, light, peace, and beauty that life really is, as we allow ourselves to live fully. We do that in various ways, different formats, certainly having conversations and discussions with people about different topics. We have interviews with those who might be authors or are experienced in various things in life that might be able to give us a different view of what's going on. In this show, we're going to be chatting about being your passion. It is an important piece of the puzzle in being able to live life fully. And so a topic I feel is a really important piece of the puzzle. We'll be speaking with, I'll be speaking with myself. I'll be just sharing this information with you and letting you know some of the views that I've experienced of it and of some others that are inspirational in being able to give us some insight into what passion is all about. I like to think of passion that is the fire, that fire that burns within us, the energy of us that fuels our expression of creation and certainly our fulfillment of purpose. But it's what is behind a thought becoming a thought form. It's behind something we experience becoming something more because we are passionate about it. We're bringing the fullness of us into it. And as seekers of truth, accessing and working with our passion is very, very empowering. Very empowering. It can fill us with the fire and can take into life and make a difference. Can be very, very transformative. And so a key difference in expressing the fullness of our heart and soul can be our passion. And in the fulfillment of our purpose, being able to know that we're making a difference. We're making a difference. First, obviously, in our lives, we want to start there. We can't bring any more to the world if we're not being who we are fully. And our passion can set us on fire, as they say, and allow us to make our way. T.D. Jakes says, if you can't figure out your purpose, figure out your passion. Your passion will lead you right into your purpose. It brings to my mind an idea that if we stop, that doesn't happen very often, does it, for many of us? Just those few seconds may have seemed like a long time. If we stop and turn into that place of listening to what really matters to us, we'll ignite that flame. And if we stay with that connection that we have within ourselves, it can begin to bring that illumination, that fire, that beauty, that brilliance that we are within into that moment, into whatever it is that we're experiencing. It might be something we're working on. It might be something we're doing or trying to figure out. We can sometimes only become aware of what's happening when we stop right here in the now. In fact, gosh, so many different teachings. How many have you heard that don't say, be here now, or everything's happening in this now moment? Well, the reason for that is because everything we are shows up again and again and again in the moment that we arrive fully in. And if we're open into our passion, well, that brings that connection into our day and allows us to use the awareness of who we are to initiate change and transformation in our lives. It's really the catalyst of what I like to call awakening, becoming aware, recognizing our truth, and having a fire of passion burning bright within us can most definitely make it easier to see and for us to be. It can bring us illumination so that we can have more clarity. How many times do we go through life and something comes up and we just don't quite understand it, or we want to understand it fully, We want to understand it at a deeper level or a higher level, and we need to look into it a little bit more. Passion and its flame can bring us more focused insight. It isn't just what we see in the world that offers us our truth. It's what we know within our being that really truly makes that difference. It's listening to those whispers of our heart. It's listening to the inspiration of our purpose that rises up within us and just kind of speaks to us, that longing to be who we truly are. And our insight is that looking in to find that knowing that we have and that knowing that we are. It's also an energy that can burn away obstacles, perceptions, and even transmute karma. Well, that's interesting, Jim. Transmute karma. That's a big statement to make. We're dealing with our stuff. We're making our way through life. Things that we're trying to understand or trying to heal or trying to clear up or become more aware of. The power and the flame of passion burning within us can allow us to see through and beyond things. And so the obstacles fall away. We can see better what things are and our perceptions are cleared up. And transmuting karma just means bringing more of the energy of who we really are, more of our fire, more of our truth, more of our being into whatever it is we're experiencing. Because karma is that opportunity to learn, to grow, to evolve, to become enlightened by the light of our passion burning more brightly. It can stir courage, invoke strength, and motivate us in our daily lives. It can help carry us through. I mentioned earlier, we have thoughts. How many thousands of thoughts do we have every day? They seem to run through our mind. We pay attention to some and not to others. And when we pay attention to something and we bring our passion to it, it converts a thought into a thought form. It becomes something. First within ourselves, sometimes an emotion, energy in motion, emotion, a feeling of something that really is true or right or real for us. And we begin to feed it our passion, feed it our energy, feed it our purpose, feed it our inspiration. So it becomes something. It begins to root like a plant or blossom like a flower. Passion can deepen our desire to create, to bring forth, to birth like a plant or flower, bringing forth its bloom, more of what we want to manifest, what we really truly want in our world. Always go with your passions. Never ask yourself if it's realistic or not, is Deepak Chopra's quote. Our passion doesn't speak of limitation. Our passion doesn't speak of how or why or where or what. It's a flame not burning out of control, but burning right in the core of our being that allows us to step beyond the limitations of whether we think it's realistic or not. Realistic is only a belief you've already established of what you believe is or will be. Realistic is what you think the limitations of life are. Your passion can bring together pieces of the puzzle that allow you to see, be, express, and experience a more holistic, whole life, a more integrated life. It brings together the pieces of the puzzle to make a picture more clear. It draws to you the different things in your life by bringing who you are to it that can help you fulfill what you're trying to accomplish. The individuals, the situations, the opportunities, the openings. It's that reflection of your passion is the flame of your truth and your purpose out into the world against everything that you're encountering. You experience yourself in so many different ways. And so these circumstances and situations in your life you're bringing your passion to them, it reflects back to you, and you're able to see your truth within it. It can help you understand yourself on many different levels. Passion is a catalyst for you to be able to ignite the desire within you, fuel that primal urge of our body seeking to express itself, something that we frequently are familiar with, this passion that we have, and how sometimes not having balance in our being and awareness and focus, that our passion can be an urge that can distract us or lead us in a direction that can be out of balance. And yet it is an energy that's so important to allow ourselves to feel the fullness of who we are. It can touch our emotional bodies with compassion for ourselves and others. Compassion, co-passion, sharing passion with another, caring about and sharing who you are, and feeling and knowing that connection from someone else. It's so vital, so important aspect of our relationship to and in the world. It's important for us to recognize that our minds conceive of thoughts that are fueled by passion. And as I said, become thought forms, followed by action becomes creation. Everything that's ever been created has started with a thought fueled by passion, followed up by action. And when that happens, that trio occurs, creation, whether it's a simple idea that comes into play in what you're wanting to have in your mind or in your life, or what you're wanting to bring to the world to make a difference. And I think, passion is part of our soul, part of our heart. It's like that joining of that energy in such a way that it awakens us. It awakens the soul into expansion. It causes the spirit to soar and stimulates the states of being that we are. Joy. Who doesn't want more joy? Peace. We don't get enough of that. Love. Oh, all we need is love. Well, a little joy and peace, beauty and freedom aren't bad either. And this is what our spirit is, and the flame of our passion can bring into our experience, into our lives. And Nelson Mandela says there's no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. Capable. It isn't about learning something. It isn't about training for something. It isn't about figuring it out. It's about showing up and being who you are. And you are capable. I am capable. We are capable of far more than we realize. In fact, what you realize right now, what you know right now, what you've come to understand right now is history. It's already happened. You've already learned it. You already know it. You're already being it. Now what? Now what? You're capable of so much more. And I feel like passion is that catalyst for living inside out. Living inside out, being real. Oh, it does mean being able to say whatever you're thinking, but it's important to have respect for others. There are times when what might come up in our minds needs to be filtered slightly. It shouldn't have to be. It shouldn't have to be. It's always perfect, but we are living in the world of conditions. And so being real and being authentic, being in our integrity, passion fuels that when we live that way, when we choose to have that be a part of who we are. It's like